As long as you feel good on your side.
I feel extra country today.
Yeah.
Gonna hunt some deer.
Yeah.
Get back some antelope. Oh wait, that's in Africa.
Antelope?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said cantaloupe.
No. You can't hunt cantaloupe.
Hey. And welcome to episode, I don't know, 4 of Just Talking with CJ and Lisa Love.
The review show where we talk about a whole lot of nothing. And if you know something, it's that we know nothing.
There you go.
Including how to open the show.
Boom.
Winning. Boop, 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 boop.
Right. Well, I'm CJ.
I'm Lisa Love.
I'm sick-ish.
I'm not.
Right, so.
Thank you, Father.
Right. Yay.
So that explains the break.
Yeah.
In posting, CJ had to get her white blood cells together.
Y'all did not like me.
Nope.
Still don't. So
she sounds worse.
Yes,
than she feels.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have validated multiple times before bringing her here because I don't do germs.
I agree. And I don't like spraying them.
No, so the whole room just smells like menthol. Mm-hmm. Cough drop central.
Yay.
But she's okay.
I'm okay, so.
It's not COVID.
I know that's right. No, don't even start about that. But let's, news.
We saw Morbius.
We saw it so that you don't have to.
Yes. You know what? Let's just go squeeze this in.
Yeah, let's go get into it because I was pissed. So if you want to go into a movie where you're going to be extremely confused
and frustrated,
right, go see Morbius.
Please sponsor us.
Alright, any other news? Did you see the Thor Thunder Love? That it was called?
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder trailer. Give me your thoughts.
I'm excited. I think Thor is going to be a complete idiot again. Mm-hmm. It is going to be hilarious because my indigenous crush is directing again.
Yeah.
I love him. I'm not gonna butcher his name, but he did I tell you he's never mind. That's an off-camera conversation. But anyway, it's gonna be great. Yeah. Korg is back in it. My boo Korg. I love Korg because he's so funny. But yeah, and I feel like Jane gonna come up in here and wreck.
Yeah.
Marvel is really having a fun time having all of these women come back and just destroy everything that they built. And I'm enjoying that.
That is a good time. Mm-hmm. It's the best part about all of this.
I enjoy seeing Valkyrie for like 2 seconds.
I know, my queen.
Oh, she looks so cute in her little suit. I was like, yay, Tessa.
Purr. We love a queen.
I love Tessa.
Right.
Anyway, I think it's gonna be fun. I think the Guardians of the Galaxies they'll probably be gone by the end of the first act.
I know, but I love them so much, and I know it's gonna be so stupid.
It's gonna be very dumb. I
cannot wait for this.
I'm ready for Drax. Everybody that chooses violence with their words is my favorite person, cause I still get a kick out of when the little scene comes in from Infinity War where he was like, where's Gamora? Who's Gamora? And Drax is like, I'll give you better. Why is Gamora? I was like, yes, Drax.
I love Drax.
And when he told Mantis that she was ugly.
You're hideous, but I love you. That was a great time.
He's a good
Out of pocket every time.
He's a great time. I really enjoy him.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
So yeah, I'm very excited to see Love and Thunder. I think it's going to be a much needed relief.
Yes.
Following Doctor Strange.
Because I heard everybody from die in that movie, so I'm just like, good Lord.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward. I am, but I'm not.
I feel like it's going to be like, Infinity War.
I think it's going to be more traumatizing.
Yeah, on a whole different level of just like...
Because it's like, we have went through all of this. We waited 2.5 years in between everybody dying and for us to bring them back, but only with conditions. We brought them back with an asterisk. And then, all for Steven and Peter Parker to just tear everything up again.
Because Peter didn't want to mess up.
Steven is the grown-up version of Peter.
Oh my God.
Because he don't listen. Everybody told him. What did Juan say before he left the house? Don't cast that spell. And he went on and had to do his, just like your mama said, don't forget to take that chicken out the freezer. Juan told him, don't cast that spell. I'll be back. Let me go get my suitcase. I got to go on this work trip. I'm coming back. Don't tear up the house. Don't break my dishes. Don't have no friends over. And what the hell Steven do? The exact opposite.
Tore it up.
He tore the fabric of time for an 18-year-old child.
Who just dumb decisions.
Who is a Mensa genius, but an idiot all the same.
Idiot. He's like, you didn't make a phone call? A phone call? Yeah. So...
excited about Love and Thunder.
Yeah, Love and Thunder. I know Jane didn't look like Jane, so I'm interested to see, because she don't look like Natalie Portman. In this trailer, she don't look like her.
Yeah, it's interesting how her physique has changed.
She looks so like jacked. I'm like, who is that?
I guess it's because she has to be Lady Thor now. But you know, we also haven't seen her in a movie in years.
You're right. It just didn't look like her.
Because even what was that? Was that Civil War or? It was one of the movies, or was it? I mean, whenever they first started talking about Wakanda. And Bruce Banner act like he didn't know how to say Wakanda, but he can say uranium and Schwarzenegger and all that stuff. Wakanda, shut up, Bruce. You lucky, you cute. But yeah, it was that movie, and him and Tony was arguing about their girlfriends.
Oh
this
yeah.
Before he married, because you know he ain't married Pepper until after Infinity War.
Yeah.
But they were arguing, and then, like, the next door movie, they was broken up.
Yeah.
We never saw.
Jane left me.
Yeah, like, we just, she left.
Right. Yeah. But I'm excited. We do need some, like, laughter.
We gonna need it to recover.
Yeah, because I just, it's going to be a lot of pain.
Yeah.
A lot of crying.
Yeah.
A lot of,
Yeah.
Well, friend, you ready to dive into episode 4?
Let's go.
MoonKnight. Would you like to give us the title of the episode?
I shall. 3 out of 3.
Gang.
It is entitled The Tune.
The Tune.
Take the lead, CJ.
Alright, so last episode, we ended on Khonshu getting locked up because the only way we were going to be able to find Amit is if we changed the sky.
Free my Khonshu.
Baby, free Khonshu.
Free Khonshu. But also free Amit.
I'm crying. Oh, I can't wait to get to that. Cool. So, we open up in this show where we see Khonshu is being put. I forgot the guy who was which guy that was. Yeah, but he was white man, putting him up with the rest of the other statues. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I was like, dang, that's a lot of unruly guys,
baby. Cause then it's making me hear me out, because I did notice how the camera flipped.
Yes, so you know that was the same shot from when Killmonger walked into the throne room at Wakanda.
Ooh.
Yes, shout out to Trey. Emergency awesome. Because he made because I was like, this is such a great shot. Because I was like, oh, it's interpreting his world coming upside down.
Yeah.
Again.
Right.
But no, they copied that shot from, once again, stealing from the blacks. They copied that shot from Ryan Coogler in Black Panther. Because when Killmonger walked in, remember how the camera rotated? And because the tables were turned and Wakanda was upside down. I just love when people interpret things with the actual focus of the camera. It's just such a thing for me. But I was like, dang, that's a lot of
right.
It's a lot.
Well, see, it makes me look at the gods now of them being very unfair. And how they look at how they like run everything.
Well, so like the Ennead is like, okay, I had to do some research because I was confused. The Ennead, which is the 9 God, we didn't see all of them yet, right. But the 9 or 10, how many is supposed to be, they are the ruling council for their section of God, lower G gods.
Okay.
In this universe. So the way Charlie explained it is that the overvoid, or the whatever they called it, that's a pocket dimension that exists outside of time. If you watch the What If series, you know how the Watcher was kind of like in his own dimension?
Yeah.
So they're kind of like in a dimension like the Watcher. Oh. They're not physically in the Marvel universe anymore because they had the Great Rift. So it's a whole thing that's like very, very long as far as like, apparently Kane is the reason for all these problems.
He always, my boy Kane, boy.
Black CEO of the year, y'all. Literally all the years.
We ain't ready for Kane. That's all I got to say.
I'm so excited.
And Kane been whooping, like tearing us up since day one. Since day one.
So, long story short, Kane went to, back in time.
Okay.
Went to Egypt. And then made all the people worship him as a god, which took away the power from the other gods. So they was just like, peace out.
Right.
Left them because they were non-believers. And then Consul was like, well, we shouldn't leave them out here to their own devices. They don't know how to do right. And they was like, psh. And Consul was like, I'm staying. And they was like, nope, you coming with us. So he had to leave too, but he still be interfering. Yeah. And that's the problem they have with him. So.
Oh, now we know something.
There's a lot of details I left out. But I did my research for y'all.
That's good. You got to explain all this to me off camera.
Okay, yes, I will.
All right. And we also left off last episode of Arthur has found Ahmed's tomb. Where's she at? Okay.
Where she? There she is.
So
she's not alone.
She's not. So now we're okay. So after the whole thing with Khonshu getting locked up, he's back in the chambers with all the other little guys and stuff who pissed everybody off. Layla and Steven getting shot at. Well, actually, Steven / Mark still knocked out. Layla's trying to wake him up. I was saying just like bullets. Layla was like, and so she tried to pick up Mark / Steven big behind, and she just rolled him down the hill.
He's tiny, but he looked like he's sturdy. So
sturdy. She just threw him down the hill. You just
I don't blame her.
Yeah, cause that got intense real quick.
Yeah. And
let me tell you, Layla did what needed to be done.
Yeah.
Cause she held it down while Mark / Steven was taking their little nap. She blew him up. They threw them little, I would say the MVP was the damn flares. The flares was saving lives, people. If you want to know how to use a flare in jacked up situations, watch this episode.
Very useful. Very MacGyver of her. Baby, Layla hit me. I said, Layla's smart. And then I was like, no, never mind. I was like, never mind, she's smart. Because I didn't know what we was going with. I said, baby, what you doing with this flare? You gonna show her where you at?
Because luckily, Mark and Steven looked dead on the ground. So they kind of just stopped shooting. And they were looking for her. And she figured something out real quick and just blew them up. Yeah. I mean, that was kind of it for that first part, you know. And then Steven wake up and he's like, oh my gosh. And then they get in the car and they just start driving.
Steven, my little love bug.
So, Layla saves the day. Steven wakes up and Layla and Steven start hitting towards the tomb. Yeah. Layla was like, I think this is a good time now that we should bring out Mark.
Steven said no.
He said, no, baby.
Request denied.
He said, when Khonshu leaves, Mark is going to disappear and I'm going to be here to be your new husband.
That's not what he said.
But that's exactly what he was trying to say. So.
I did right. Kristen was right. Just enjoy this second. You can play it over if you need to.
Repeat it again. Say it back again. Roll the tapes.
Kristen was right. Steven was trying to steal Mark's wife.
That whole time. Because from this scene on until we get inside the tube, Steven was making his play. He said, Kansu is out of this situation. It's my time to shine.
Steven just knows what he wants. And they have divorce papers.
You gonna stick beside him?
I'm always stick beside Steven. My little love bug.
I don't know what you want me to say. So they driving. Steven said, I'm not leaving. Mark said he was gonna piece up out this thing. Layla was like, well, I love how y'all making decisions for me, and y'all ain't talking to me about this. But yeah, they go. Here we are. So they get out the car and they start walking. I thought it was nice. We got to see the desert and how beautiful it was. And yet again, they did the camera flip again. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice it the second time because I was enthralled in the story. But also I watched this at like 11 o'clock at night after I finished my hair, so I was tired.
Looks great though. Well, we get a lot of B-roll in the desert. I mean, this episode was kind of like a lot of looking until we actually like started. It
didn't pick up till the end, and then you just stuck there looking like what?
Yeah.
So
I mean, they get to the campsite. They notice that this is like Arthur's campsite is pretty much deserted. Layla, being a smart girl, being resourceful, was like, let's scavenge it through, look what we can find. And then Mark and Steven get in a little fight because Mark was like, I'm gonna need you to back up off my wife.
Yeah, because Steven went in for the kiss. And then based on Layla's face, I could figure the kiss might have been bad.
Well, okay. She initially went in, and then he was like, oh, by the way, Kansu wants your body.
Yeah.
And Layla was like, what? And he kind of like killed the mood with that.
Yeah.
But she appreciated his honesty.
I just needed Steven to stop talking.
He didn't. And then he was like, well, I'm always going to be honest with you. And then went in for his like awkward kiss. And then the best
she
part.
Was like,
right. The best part was Mark punching him in the face.
That was hilarious.
I love that.
Mark was like, I know I will also feel this, but
right. He said, you better back off my wife. So he was like, I'm going to do what I want, period. So, I mean, that was just kind of like the big thing was, then there was blood at the camp too.
Yes, I saw the blood with the crowbar thingy. Yeah. I guess nobody was paying attention to their surroundings.
No, yeah, because clearly some stuff was happening before it really even popped off for real. So Layla jumps down into the tomb. She marks it with like their family symbol. Steven just falls because I think at that point Mark probably threw him down that hole just to get back at him. Steven learns more about Layla's father and like how he died being an archaeologist, so kind of foreshadowing that. Yeah,
sets up for a big reveal.
Yeah, later on in the episode. They start like going through the cave. They get to the little table. Steven, being smart, realized it was the Eye of, I wrote it down. What was it called?
The Eye of Horus.
The royal symbol of protection in afterlife.
Ooh.
And so Amit's last avatar was a pharaoh. Allegedly. Or self-proclaimed.
Pharaoh or colonizer?
I thought that was funny.
I thought that was funny too.
So we learned that Amit's last avatar was an alleged pharaoh, and that the Eyes of Horus represent like the six senses of like the mind and body and stuff. Blah 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 blah. So they decide we're gonna go through like the tongue. They kind of like sped through that part, kind of sort of. But so then we get into this like weird like altar looking room, like sacrifice room, where we learn about the what they call them name, the Heka priests.
I did not write that word down.
I wrote that down because I knew they had names.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did?
Heka.
Yeah, the Heka. And those are like the priests that like protect the body. They're kind of like sorcerers and stuff. And their job is just to protect the tomb, essentially. And so clearly they've been busy because they noticed like the little table altar thing had a lot of blood on it. Fresh blood.
Yeah.
And Steven was like, we're not going where the blood is. We're going to find another way out of here.
I mean, who can blame Steven for that? Would you go where the blood is?
Oh, no.
Right.
And Layla was like, yeah, let's go that way. He was like, I'm good. Because they heard the gunshot. So it's like, ooh, something's happening. So Steven goes up to like the little landing strip area, whatever. And he's like looking for another way out. All of a sudden, of course, like I said, they hear the gunshots. Bow, bow, bow. And then the head caprice comes in with the guy, the police officer guy.
Yeah. R.I.P.
R.I.P. baby. Cause he got sliced, cut.
Sliced and diced.
Yeah. And Layla had to sit there. And I noticed like the noise, it was the...
Yeah, like that's scary to me. Now when you did it, I was like, it's in my house.
I'm sorry. That it got real like The Exorcist.
No, you did it perfectly. I can't do it.
Thank you. I tried. That whole show turned into The Exorcist after that because
I actually fast forwarded through some of that.
That's fair.
That little thing was scary.
Yeah. And so it started ripping into the body, making all the noises. Steven made a noise, and then they just kind of like, some way just kind of just divide and conquer type situation. I'll find you later, Layla. Okay.
And I was like, why are you saying that so confidently? This is a maze in a tomb.
Yeah.
But, you know, I gotta love my baby's confidence.
Right. So he was able to get out. She was able to get out. She just had to go where the danger was. Layla literally had to fight this whole episode.
She had to fight her whole life.
Her whole life because she was looking...
That jump scare? Baby, I said, you ain't gotta worry about me.
Girl, it was just crazy. You knew like the little head caprice was coming for her.
Yeah.
But it just turned into a whole scary movie. I mean, she jumping on rocks. Now she getting attacked by like a dead...
And where is Steven this whole time?
She was like, oh my gosh, I'm in the team. Like... Yeah.
I love you, Steven.
So Layla was fighting for her life. Of course, Arthur popped his little messy behind up. It was
Let me tell you.
Tell me about Arthur messy this. Because you know Arthur, he is our messy queen of the season, girl. He is the bone collector.
I said messy boots.
Baby.
Arthur chooses violence. Every time.
Every time.
And I mean physical, verbal, emotional damage, everything.
Every time.
He chooses it. And you would think that me, being the chaotic person I am, I would stand. But he just a greasy, messy hoe. And I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him because he always coming at Layla. And I'm like, this girl ain't did nothing but try to get her man back and save her marriage.
Yeah.
And here you come. Well, did he tell you what happened that day? Did you tell you? Let me tell you why I put on my deacon church shoes with the glass in them.
Still don't know why, but Arthur just messy. Layla just got done fighting for her life for the past like 10 minutes of the show.
I mean, the girl fought the whole episode. She didn't even catch her breath. The girl didn't even have a sip of water.
No.
And here you come.
Oh, you did a good job.
Good job, girl.
Good job.
Let me ruin your life.
Okay, that right there what he was saying.
So then we transition back to Steven in the tomb.
Right. And we learned that the Pharaoh, quote unquote, was Alexander the Great, a colonizer. Who thought he was a pharaoh? I was like, it's appropriation.
How the hell you make yourself a pharaoh? How you be like, well, I want to be seen as Egyptian. Okay, Rachel Dolezal.
Baby.
He was the first Rachel.
This is your army. This is your girl army. Hyping all up in his
Because
head.
she knew. Who else could I manipulate but a confused Wahite gentleman who wants to be Egyptian?
For your girl army.
She was making money moves. And I'm sorry. If I had to do the same thing and use a white man as my mouthpiece, I'd use a white man as my mouthpiece too, because I know stuff gonna get done. Ain't nobody finna argue with this white man. They gonna get the work done. I ain't gotta vocalize my opinion and be seen as the angry black woman, the emotional black woman, the evil crocodile head woman. No, she was like, I'm gonna get stuff done. The best way to do this is through a destructive white man who is already doing half the job for me anyway. Smart. Girl boss.
She gonna stick beside it. So Steven is having a whole girl moment. He now decides to put his hand essentially in the mouth of the tomb to see if he'll find Amit's little stick. What do they call it? Little name?
Deep throat.
Yeah, the Ushabi. Yeah, the Usabi.
I didn't write that down.
Yeah. So then we cut back to Arthur, and Arthur's like, your daddy name is, what's her daddy name? Abdullah El Foley.
Yeah.
He was like, that's your daddy name? And she's like, of course it is. Well, let me tell you what happened to him.
Yeah.
He got murdered by some mercenaries. I don't know, are you insinuating that's my husband? Yes. Yes, I am.
I said, Arthur ain't.
He really did just drop it on her.
If I thought Kansu was, Arthur is worse. How you be worse than Kansu? Because Kansu let a whole child die.
Listen, Arthur said, I hope you find that closure. And wake up! I was like,
just put me in the tomb.
Arthur was messy. I was like, it's the fact that you say the closure and then you need to wake up.
When you the one who that opened the womb.
You need to ask him because you know. And of course, we cut back now. So Layla then got this like life-changing news. And then Steven's like, oh, I found it. Look, we did it. We won. Your boy Steven was so happy. He was so happy.
Shot my little buttercup.
Well, we ain't got there yet because before we get there, Steven then found the thing. Layla pissed now because she ain't got all this news. And then all of a sudden, Arthur got found out. Oh, we know how to get there. I'm gonna make my comments at the end about this episode.
Yeah.
But Layla coming in mad, and so she like, I need to talk to Mark. So they switch. Mark like, listen, girl, we gotta go. And of course, every time y'all always want to get to fighting when it's time for folks to go. Y'all act like we ain't got a whole like sociopath up in here trying to murder everybody so that he can kill everybody in the world before they even think about killing people.
I would say this is on Layla this time.
It was. She was like, I have to know. And he was like, girl, I ain't got time for this. I'll tell you on the way. We got to talk about it now. So what we learned is that, yes, Mark was there when Layla's father was killed. But he did not kill her, so we were wrong about that. Yeah, his partner did. Thus, he got greedy. He killed everybody, and then he tried to kill Mark. Mark didn't die. I'm assuming that's how him and Constance got together.
He said it. Well, he didn't say it verbatim, but
you kind of insinuated filling the holes.
Because he was like, I was supposed to die too, and I was like,
I mean, at least he tried.
He said, I tried to save your dad, and I couldn't. But then she puts the pieces together. That's how they actually met. And I was like, that's messed up. Yeah,
it was a lot. I mean, I get him, like, you see those stories 1,000 times. So like, I came to like say I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I just felt like that was probably the Steven in him. Yeah. That made him go. And I don't know. But then before they can really reconcile, Arthur was like, guess who's back? And
Arthur was like, you have a choice now. I'm free. You're free. So give me what I need so I can get to stepping. What does Mark chooses? The ladder. Arthur said, bang, bang, bang.
Like, didn't hesitate. He was just like...
It was the...
He shot him in the chest.
He was like...
Where the heart is. So I was like, you was going for the kill. Like, you weren't even trying to knock him down. You was like, boop, boop. I was like, do they realize that he got shot? Like, your heart is right here.
No.
I mean, not here, but you know, in that area.
But what Arthur saying, I can't say someone who don't want to say themselves. I said,
I know it at least pierced the lung. It's from what I remember from high school biology.
Yeah. So Arthur just cold-blooded was like, okay, I'm tired.
Cold-blooded.
I mean, this one Arthur was tired. He did what he needed to do.
I mean, if you feel like you've been doing all this work and then this little knucklehead come up in your way with his little girlfriend or whatever. Yeah. At this point, you ain't finna keep fighting when not half your folks dead anyway. You don't care about them either, so.
Yeah. He said that cute little line
and then I thought the episode was over, but no.
We go into the light, people. A flashlight. And what did we watch? We're in this like 80s, like late 90s, like early 90s, like television film.
What was your reaction to that?
I was like, okay, clearly somebody's going to be Stephen Grant in this. And of course, not even 5 seconds later, the white guy in the show was Dr. Stephen Grant. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I knew it. But then I was like, I know. Like, they played like a whole like Inception mind thing on this. But it was a good time. That
scene with the fake movie.
Yeah.
I said, what in the PBS is this? And then I said, oh no, Steven is a TV character. Yeah. I don't like this Steven as much.
Yeah.
And I was like, we playing bingo in heaven. And then I saw that some of the people, because at first I thought he was like in the afterlife.
Right.
Because everybody had on white. But then I realized, like, I paid more attention to the background and saw that we were like in a mental hospital.
Yeah.
And I was like,
saw my girl Donna. Donna was there. We saw the little black guy from the other day, who I think Layla killed, I hope, or at least injured.
I mean,
Yeah, we saw both the police officers, the one that was like being like cut open alive.
Yeah, and that was what was confusing. Yeah. I was like, what is happening?
We saw Layla. She was a patient who was just stealing from Steven, or Mark. Yeah, because it was Mark. We were in Mark's like point of view.
Yeah, because Mark was the first thing. He was like, Steven.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Steven.
I know.
I was like, Steven. I was also screaming.
I mean, if you weren't like paying, like, it really was made you think all of this was fake this whole time.
I did think that for a moment, but I was like, but once I started seeing the Egyptian artifacts within his area, and then how they replay Ethan Hawke's character, I was like, oh no, that actually happened.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so what is where are we now? Like, are we in his brain? Are we?
Oh yeah, because like talking about his scene with Arthur, I have wrote down some of the things he said, where he was saying we're not in we don't live in a material world, we live in a psychic world.
Yeah.
And that it's all about a question of context versus in perspective, because this whole thing with like the pen was like, okay, to me this is a pen I write with for my dog. It's a chewing utensil for him. So like I was like, okay, so we got to get out of this mindset of like, oh, this is like real, and like this might actually be like fake this whole time. Because even Steven, Mark, we've been in Steven's mind so long. So even Mark was like, this the math ain't mathing. This ain't. I'm like, you saying all these things, and now you're waking me up, and this is not what it actually is. So people argued like this is how Mark thinks.
I don't know. I feel like I hope this is explained.
Right.
When the episode comes out, this follow. Well, we're filming it the same week it comes out.
Yeah.
But I hope it is explained when episode 5 comes out, because I was so confused. Yeah. And then when he remembered that he got shot by Arthur, I was like, okay, now I don't know where we at. Right. But I know we not gonna stay here. And then when he broke free and freed Steven,
that was sweet. I was like, I'm not crying, you are. I was like, oh, Steven. And then they started running to nowhere. And then we saw another tomb. But they wouldn't try to open that one.
I said, who that?
That third personality we waiting on.
I kind of wanted to meet him.
Well, somebody said, I think Straw Hat Goofy, he was saying they gonna have to open that one up to get up out of here.
Oh, yeah.
I think this was, like, he's going to be the key. Yeah. To get us out.
I think Emergency Awesome said that there were 5 personalities in the comic books, because the Mr. Knight, that's Moon Zaddy, that the Mr. Knight character was a completely separate personality than Stephen Grant. But what they did on the show was incorporate that costume into Stephen's version of the costume. So I guess they gonna for production, probably they're gonna narrow it down to just 3. But it maybe 4. I don't know. But yeah, it's only supposed to be 5, I think. 5 or 6. But at some point in the comic, Charlie said that they do all like get together in, like, I guess their mind palace, if we're gonna stay within like the MCU terminology.
Yeah.
They all get together in their mind to like figure out how to coincide.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what Steven's gonna have to. What Mark is gonna have to do with Steven and the other one. But then we run past that third one.
Baby, they ain't even try to open that one. That was a little aggressive too.
Yeah, it was like.
And I was like, I wouldn't open that one either. Because Mark knew who he was looking for. He was looking for Steven. And he found him. I thought that was sweet.
And then we opened the door.
I think that was your girl, Amit.
That was not Amit. No, Amit has a crocodile head.
Oh, that was a hippo.
The hippo goddess. Her name is something. I think it's Tweety or Tweet or some Tweety. I'm murdering it. I apologize. But her, first of all, she had a fresh set. Okay,
baby, she was laid though.
On point. Had her beads in. If I had some beads, I'd jangle them right now. Jewelry on point. Had her face smooth. Okay, she said hi,
and they were like, ah!
I was like, me as a goddess, hi, and they'd be like, what the hell?
That was funny.
And then we just fade to black, and once again, no post-credit scene, which is unlike Marvel. At this point in any series, we would have had at least one. I watched all the credits and nothing happened. The only thing that changes besides the theme music that my folks have noticed is that the phases of the moon in the credit scene is the moon is slowly getting into like a full moon, because every episode Steven is like Mark is growing into his full self.
I love that.
But that don't help me because I need a post credit scene.
Yeah, okay. Give me overall thoughts.
Fave character of this episode. I mean, obviously Steven is my favorite of all time, but fave character of this episode was Layla.
Agreed. Layla, you worked hard and you deserve all of the...
Yes, once again, the woman has... I mean, would it be... Well, she's technically African as far as the character.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's kind of convoluted how people identify.
Right.
But leave it to the woman of color. To have to go in here and save everybody. And then have to deal with emotional damage. And still have to watch the man you love, even though you hate him right now.
Right.
Get shot by a greasy yet ashy MF. So Layla was my standout.
Okay.
Overall thoughts on the episode, confusing.
Yeah.
Clarifying in the first half, confusing in the second half.
As always.
Once again, I think that's the theme. It's like every time we answer a question, we're going to leave you with 10 more. And they literally only answer like one question an episode. And it's like, we only got like 2 episodes left. Predictions for next week. I feel like the hippo is going to be a very useful... You know, the hippo lady, goddess, the hippo goddess with the fresh braids is going to be very helpful to Mark and Steven on their journey. I feel like we are going to get more of a background on some things, hopefully. But
no choice.
I ain't got my hopes up because every time I say that, we don't get nothing. So... What are your thoughts?
Of course, Layla, you know, ate down this episode. She fought for her life, and she did that. I'm gonna give a little credit for Arthur too, because Arthur, as messy as that man is, he always know how to rock your world, and like I gotta give credit for that. I love a messy villain, so.
That's your perfect one right there, baby.
Baby, he always know how to... He's like, I ain't even had that many lines and scenes this episode, but I still stole the show. So I'm going to give him credit for that. He wasn't even on camera for that long. It still did what needed to be done and was like, all right, I'll see y'all later. Always serving.
I really hate how good he is at this because now every time I see Ethan Hawke, I'm just going to immediately think of him as being greasy.
I just love it. Overall thoughts for the episode, yeah, definitely confused. Like you said, more answers, more questions than answers as always. You know, somebody brought up the point of it being a pacing issue. Everybody's been complaining about the pacing, and I haven't noticed. I've noticed it because, like, even in other series, I think Straw Hat Goofy was talking about how, like, they always wait for the fans to, like, insinuate what's going to happen next, or, like, they're constantly, like, guessing. But it's starting to hurt them to a certain degree because, like, I get a little frustrated because I just don't know what to look forward to, and it's okay for us to, like, know what's going to happen next and still enjoy it. At the same time. And I get, like, it's supposed to be, like, an Inception, like, mind game type situation, but, like, I don't know. I just don't want it to, like, pick up, and then it's like, oh, okay, we're done now. Like,
that's kind of where we're heading.
Yeah, I mean, we're here. So, I think, like, my frustration is the pacing, because I'm like, okay, we just moving so slow, and it's like, oh, and it was like, okay, we're going back down, and I'm like, we still have so many things to dive in, and we only have, 2 hours of it. Yeah. Like, the episode was, like, 53 minutes, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, I agree, but I disagree. I like the fact that it's different in terms of how they approach telling the story. And not Morbius different, because they're just flashback. But, it gives me akin to WandaVision. There are a lot of first-time Marvel people, like, who weren't really in the cinematic universe, who logged in to watch WandaVision not knowing much about it. And even the Marvel fans, we didn't know much about it other than Wanda and Vision's relationship from the movies. Well, they was like, what is this? Because, it was such a different concept. Yeah. We watched it as a sitcom. A messed up sitcom, right? But, like, the first 3 episodes, the pacing was all weird because it was shown from the eyes of the it wasn't S.H.I.E.L.D., but whatever agency it was that was watching them, right? So then, but when you got deep into the story, you were like, oh my god, this is amazing. I feel like MoonKnight is going to do that. Now, I wish they would have gone ahead and started the pickup in the 4th episode. Because I feel like we've wasted a lot of time. I feel like, one, we focused way too much time on building all this background. Which, like, introducing us to the character through Steven was great. Because then you don't grow too... You got to figure Mark out. You don't know much about Mark, even though he's primary. But it was just like, okay, when y'all start introducing Layla and we in Egypt and like, I feel like we could have fast forwarded some of the desert scenes to get more into the backstory, because you're not showing us that, so you need to give time for that to be explained. But I mean, I'm definitely not disappointed yet. We gonna see how it ends. Hopefully they don't disappoint us.
But I think. I noticed that it wasn't until somebody brought it up. I just noticed, like, in each of the shows, I have it's like a very similar pace of just a lot of, like, filling the holes as much as you can. And in the last 2 episodes, let's give you everything you need at one time. And it's like, wait, what? So
I think that's kind of how they do the movies, though.
You think so?
See, Kevin Feige is over all of Marvel now. Instead of just, like, certain aspects of it. He has the whole, like, he's ruler of Marvel in sense of at the studio. So I feel like because he is also executive producer of this show, he's kind of like, we can't give it all away because it's setting up movies as well.
I guess.
So, but we'll see. We don't know. I mean, Mahershala could show up.
They do think Kang is gonna come.
I don't think Kang is gonna come. Let me tell you why. Because Kang does not have a major role until the next Ant-Man movie. And Loki is not gonna. Loki 2 is not gonna come out before that movie. It can't.
Well, they said a variant because he had like an Egyptian variant or whatever that was like very popular. Listen, they weren't planning for him to have such a big role in Loki, and shit changing.
That's because Jonathan Majors is bad. He is an odd duck, but I like the way he waddles.
I feel like I don't know what the connection is going to be, but I know it's going to be crazy. So I can't wait for the last episode. But I'm just like, I just need to know what's happening.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Shade!
Literally.
Steven!
Yeah. But yeah. So predictions for next week. Definitely we're gonna be still in the mind.
With the fresh braids.
Yeah, I don't know how next week's gonna go. I'm gonna be quite honest. I feel like maybe we're gonna get some more author story too. Maybe we might get Kansu back. Because I feel like he's not gonna be able to do this without Kansu.
The original shady boots.
I know that's right.
That's why Arthur's so shady, because of Kansu.
Kansu walks so that Arthur could run.
Or wobble.
He do be wobbling. So yeah. Well, we don't know. So.
But we'll see soon. So that's it, guys.
Right.
Thanks for coming to another episode of
Just Talking.
We're figuring out our new thing.
Right.
If you don't know why it changed, go back and watch the first couple of minutes, episode 3. So,
cool.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Right. Bye-bye.
Stay shady.
Bye.
Bye.